Here's a question from Myrna, and she asks, there are many other books about my topic, even though it's fairly niche. How can I convince a publisher or readers, if I self-publish, why they should read my book? Well, that's a great question, and it's a question I get a lot because, frankly, everyone has this imposter syndrome feeling that, like, gee, there are so many books about this topic. Why do we need another book there? Well, I'm here to tell you that your view on this topic is going to be different than someone else's view on this topic because you have a different set of experiences than anyone else. You know, I've been in the PR leads business for like 18 years now, and, for example, I've had a number of clients write books about women and dating. And you would think that every book has been written, but then I started drilling down and seeing what these books were all about. And there's dating for women in their late teens. There's books for women dating who are recently divorced in their 40s. There are books for women who are divorced who have kids who are under 10, and for kids who are over 10. There are, they have different issues. There are books for women who are in their 60s and 70s who are widowed. And getting back into the dating scene. And there are about 20 other vertical markets in there as well. So every market can be niched. So that's one way to separate your book from everything else. Another answer comes from my good friend Christian Michelson, who is a coach of coaches. And I remember going to one of his conferences once, and he had a number of other people speaking who had products and courses that directly competed with his. And I said, Christian, why did you invite these other people to speak here? They're going to cannibalize your business, you know? And he said, you know, some people are going to want to work with me because of who I am, and some people are going to work with someone else because they like who they are. They're a woman, they're a man, they're older, they're younger, whatever. So there are many different ways to slice the puzzle. And secondly, no one buys just one book in a topic. You know, think about it. The diet industry would not exist if people just bought one book and gave up. Every year there's another fad, and every year people buy 10 books on the keto diet or the paleo diet or the South Beach diet or this diet or whatever. So people buy lots of books in the field. So, Myrna, I would suggest that you do write your book. And there will be a market for it. Well, let me backtrack on that. This is how you convince a publisher, you know, because people buy more than one book. Now, I was going to go off on a tangent here, and I think I'm going to do a webinar on this. I've discovered a new product that I will let people know about with a link in follow-up emails that lets you find out what topics on Amazon are hot and how many books people are buying. And this is an invaluable tool. I wrote about it in my newsletter yesterday, so if you have the newsletter and you haven't read it yet, dig that out, and I'll go into more detail in another seminar. But with this tool, you can find out how many books in the topic were sold each month. And that will convince you, before you write a book, to say, can I make money in this book if I really want to sell lots of copies? Now, in Rick's case, Rick wants to get the book in the hands of his target buyer, so we don't care how many people sell it on Amazon or bought it on Amazon. We just care about getting the book out and getting it in the hands of other people. But for other people in the line who say, you know, hey, I want to sell hundreds of copies or thousands of copies, is that even possible? And with this software tool, you can do that. So, Myrna, I hope that answers your question. It sure is a great question.